Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have another episode of the Worth It series here on the channel. Before we get started though, if you do find these videos helpful, hit that like button. It's a free way to support the channel and push the video out to more people. So, hitting that like button is always appreciated. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications. We post daily Madden 24 content just like this, and I already made an Andrew Luck gameplay today, so if you haven't seen that and you want to see the new Andrew Luck in action, it's right here on the channel. But today we have the new AKA cards. They added an LTD to the AKA drop. I'm not sure if this is going to be a weekly thing. I hope it is. But Andrew Luck is back in MUT, and he has to be the first card that we talk about today. So I've already used this card. Usually when I do these videos, I make this first and then I do the gameplays, but today I had to do the Andrew Luck gameplay first because he's new and we kind of got to see how he plays. So the first thing I will say about this Andrew Luck card is it doesn't feel like you're using an Andrew Luck. I don't know what it is about the card. It just doesn't feel like Andrew Luck. It feels like if I were to go into franchise mode and make my own Andrew Luck card, it doesn't feel like Andrew Luck in game. But it doesn't change the fact that Andrew Luck is in MUT technically. So he does play like him though. He's got great speed. I do think he is better than Walter Payton, or not Walter Payton. Warren Moon, my bad. I do think he's better than Warren Moon and Mike Vick. I definitely do feel that way. And let me actually pull this over here so you guys can see the prices of these cards. And yeah, Andrew Luck's going for 1.4 right now. 1.5, I probably should have held on to mine, but is he worth it? Is Andrew Luck worth it? No. Warren Moon is slightly worse in this card, but he's not that much worse in this card. And that just goes to show you how stale content has been on this game, because dudes are buying this Andrew Luck card for 1.5, 1.4 just to feel something, just to use someone new. That's how flat and just boring this game has been up until this point. But like I said in the Andrew Luck gameplay, EA should start to heat up here. We're starting right now with this Andrew Luck drop. And most fears coming up in the harvest and the blitz, so hopefully EA starts heating up and giving us some new names, new content in this game. But yeah, do not buy this card for 1.5. If in 2 weeks from now he's 600k and you want to use it, Andrew Luck, go for it. But for 1.5, you shouldn't. There's no card ever worth that in MUT. But this card does feel good. I will say that right off the bat. Accuracy stats feel good. Has a good release. Does get all these standard top tier QB abilities. And for both of his X factors, he does get 2 of them, and they're both upgraded. Say you've bought an AKA card and ask if you want to upgrade the X factor so it comes back one place sooner. On Andrew Luck, it automatically is upgraded because he is an LTD, which is pretty cool. But again, for 1.5, it's just not worth it. Pro reads, I would say, is definitely not worth it. It does make you immune to pressure, I'm pretty sure, but it's not that great for 1 AP. And then for Gambit, it's basically just Gunslinger. That's basically what it is on MUT. So if you want to have a faster release, go with Gunslinger, but does get good abilities as well. But one thing I will say is I do think Andrew Luck is the best QB in the game. So if you're someone that hasn't been spending their coins for the last month and you're sitting on like 11 million coins, for example, and you want to go get Andrew Luck, go for it. But if you're someone that's going to be buying this card and it's going to put you at 0 coins to 100k coins right before Most Feared comes out, I would say don't do it. I would say sit on the coin count and see what happens, because we will get quarterbacks just like Andrew Luck coming up soon. Will it be Andrew Luck and like a new name? Probably not, but I hope that EA keeps giving us new names. Next up, we have Charles Cross. This card is interesting. He's the first card that has that special AKA X factor. If we look back to Madden 23, we had guys like Ryan Jensen and Teron Armstead, the Terror AKA card, where they actually boost other cards on the team. And what this card boosts is he actually does boost your running back, wide receiver, right tackles, and left tackles by +1 agility. And if you fully upgrade them with training, you do unlock a motivator chem that boosts +1 juke, +1 run block finesse, and +1 power block finesse, which is not the craziest boost. But it definitely doesn't hurt to have. If you have a Seattle team, you might as well fully upgrade them. Any way you can boost your cards is really nice. And it doesn't matter if they're AKA cards or not. It'll boost any wide receiver, any tackle, any running back on your team, even if they're not on a Seattle team or whatever the case is. I also do love this card's card art, by the way. It looks super nice. But 76 speed's really good on this card. 76 speed is what makes this card, to me, actually worth it. His price will continue to fall because people will be chasing the brand new Andrew Luck today. So if you can get this card for like 450 to that 450 to 400, or in that range, I would say he's worth it. I might try to get my hands on this card just because of that speed. Speed is one of the most underrated things on a lineman because it helps them get to that second level. And regardless of what their stats are, if you're getting to a linebacker or a DB with any offensive lineman that has decent ratings in this game, they're going to make a major impact, and it's going to make your inside zone runs, your 0-1 trap runs, your outside runs, even your option runs, your RPO runs, that much better because you have that good speed on your offensive line. And you don't have to wait. You don't have to be as patient, and that allows other players to block shed and things like that. So having that speed is really, really nice on a tackle. And just to compare him to other offensive linemen in this game, and we go right here and we sort by speed, he will have top tier speed. I still believe that Kendrick Green's still up there with just crazy 77 speed. By the way, this card is also really good. But Charles Cross, okay, even these lower overall Charles Cross cards might be kind of worth it. You know, being able to get that speed, 72 speed for 13K is going to help out your offensive line tremendously. I'm going to say that right now. If you're a budget no money spend guy, this card right here could be the move, man. For 13K, you get 72 speed on the offensive line. That's crazy. But if you can obviously afford the big Charles Cross, that's really nice too. And even on a Seattle team, you know, 77 speed, 78 speed potentially is just nutty. So Charles Cross needs his respect, and I think he is a must-have card. Ability-wise, he does get edge protector actually, but I don't think you really need edge protector this year right now because it's not like you're facing edge threats. Even when you are facing edge threats, it's not as good as it was last year where it happens every single play. Because this year there's of course like chances abilities light up instead of them lighting up every single time. So edge protector, it's solid, but like I said, his price is kind of rising to be honest. But if you can get him for, yeah, his price just went up 50K since I hit record here, or since I just went on his card. So it might be going up. I thought it'd be going down because people would try to be chasing Andrew Luck, but maybe not. But either way, even for 500K, debatably this card's worth it. So next up, we have CMC, the Run CMC, our first CMC AKA somehow. But Christian McCaffrey looks really, really good, man. First of all, the card art, beautiful. 88 speed, 90 acceleration. We're starting to get a lot more running backs here in this game. And CMC is a receiving back archetype. I want to see his abilities, though. He does get Jukebox and RB Apprentice, which is really, really good. Automatically puts him in that top tier with Bo Jackson, with DeAndre Swift, and with Walter Payton. But the most underrated thing about this card is that 90 acceleration. And if you've tried out Walter Payton, you definitely do feel his 86 acceleration. And I can definitely tell the difference between running backs with low excel and running backs with high excel. It kind of helps you get that little extra burst and also helps you reach top speed, even when you're not hitting the trigger that much faster. So CMC, his cards always play super well. 91 COD with a 90 juke move. Obviously as a pass catcher, this card is super elite, and you can put him with RB Apprentice and throw the Texas routes and the flat routes out there. It's a card that you really can't ignore in the pass game, and then as a runner, he'll be very, very good as well at 5'11", 205. And for his special AKA X Factor, this is actually our first X Factor running back, AKA running back. So it's our first chance at seeing these pre-lit X Factors, and CMC does get first one free. Probably not worth it. I would probably just go with Jukebox or RB Apprentice for 2 AP, depending on how you use him. And where do I rank CMC amongst all the other running backs in the game right now? I would put him up there with Bo. I think this card is better than Walter Payton. I think he's a little bit more well-rounded as far as pass catching too. I do like this card a lot, so I would put him up there with Bo. I think Bo is still RB1, especially for his value. I'm also looking at the value aspect of things, and for Bo's value, he's the best buy in the game. Him or Cam Chancellor, you could debate either one. But I think CMC is probably number 2 right now, 2 or 3 depending on who you ask. But I would say number 2, and then I would say Walter, then I would say Swift. Those are my top 4 running backs right now. But at the end of the day, is CMC worth it? Again, I would give you the same spiel. If you have a theme team, if you have a Niners or a Panthers team, go get this card. He's a major W. But outside of that, I think Bo Jackson's still the best value card in the game. If you want to buy someone new just to feel something, like I said earlier in the video, sure, try out CMC, sure, try out Walter. But at the end of the day, with Bo being where Bo's price point is, there really isn't a running back that can come out that'll be more worth it than him. So with that being said, that's going to do it for today's video. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one. And let me know which of these AKA cards you are picking up today.